Hi everyone. Thanks for joining my talk. Um, it is all about the nested navigation in Flutter Web. And let me introduce myself. I'm a Renuka Kelkar. I'm a Flutter GDE. I work at Code Magic. Maybe you have seen me on the Code Magic booth as well, doing the raffle and giving the so many swags. Um, I'm a co-founder at Arnagenic Solution, which is a healthcare and wellness platform. I'm an organizer for the Google Developer Group London. I'm a Woman Techmaker Ambassador. I'm a Flutterista. And I'm also a UN Ambassador for Women Ally. So today's my topic is about the navigation in Flutter Web. I think I'm very much shocked here because I have seen so much crowd for attending this talk. Because it's a very important topic uh, for Flutter Web, as I have a experience before doing the Flutter app development. I used to a web developer, and when you switch from one technology to other, you always see, okay, how I can do the same thing what I was doing in the web, which I can make it in happen in the Flutter web as well. So I always have the Flutter web as a topic to experiment more rather than just Flutter application. So in 2020, there is upgrade, they introduced the navigation 2.0. And what is the need of that? So first, when you are using the Navigator 1.0, which is very simple to understand, very simple to integrate, and it is very useful for the small use cases, where you want to just navigate the one page to another page, like a home screen to the other page, and come back to the previous page, like a push and pop functionality. You can easily use for that. But when you are thinking of developing the web, it has a different kind of use cases, or it should have a different needs, where you are navigating from the pages. like um, the simple thing is that, there is a back button on the web browser, so it will take you back to the previous page. But which page you should go back, basically, that is another thing. If you have a pages nested in your web application, so you have to decide which back button work on which page, basically. Then normally when you are in the browser, then you can copy the link and you can share with your team, or you want to showcase your page to other people, and you share the link, right? And that should also work similar way now, how it works normal web. So that is also one necessity, that we should do this similar thing in the Flutter web as well. And I think that is the way they have introduced 2.0, basically. But when the new things happens, basically, there are again, what do you say, the learning curve is there. So the 2.0 is using a declarative navigation. So what is the difference between the both, basically? So I'm not going into the basically technical part. I just want to discuss in a simple language, because I think I have also grow, just like how Flutter web is grow from its starting position till now. I was also experimenting with the same, with the different things. And I think uh, the imperative navigation is just like a push and pop functionality. You can go from home page to the profile page, something like that. And the declarative navigation is that, you can decide it upon the app state, basically. Let's consider, if you have a user register on your app, and if they want to be, if they are registered, and then they can show the profile page. If they are not registered, then they can show the another page. So these kind of the decisions, you can do it in this declarative navigation, basically. So when it is introduced, there are so many comments and things going on in the community. As I mentioned, there is a big learning curve for to use this, basically. And the people are saying, oh, it's very good, we need this, but it's very tough to understand. It is very it taking so much time to integrate in our application. And I always say that like a navigation is like a basic necessity of any application, and it should be like a simple to understand, simple to integrate as well. And as a Flutter community, you know that everywhere it is a amazing community, and there are the really great developers who always help for the new things. So there are some people who has developed their packages around the Navigator 2.0. And the another one package is the Go Router. The Flutter team itself was developing that and promoting that package. So in that sense, what the Go Router is giving you, basically it is giving you the declarative routing. Then it helps you to support for the web and deep link. It helps for the nested navigation. It helps for the redirection and guard. You can use this for the URL based routing as well. And it helps for the path and query parameters sharing as well. So I have put this thing here, the Flutter favorite, right? And the packages are very much popular in the community. You will get this tag. And I was wondering, like, let's say I was also new on that time, and I was experimenting with this package. So when you say it is a really, really popular, then I'm a curious George basically to always that go and find what is the new and why people are saying it is really good or very popular. So we can go through the whole things through the um, Go router first. So here you can see we are normally when you start creating an app, you can have this material app, but in the Go router you are using the material app dot router, where it you can hook the Navigator 2.0 to the your Flutter application, and it gives the router config as a you can set the parameter to the router. So this is a very simple step. You can do it easily. It is understandable. So the, uh, the next thing is that you can declare the Go router instance as a global variable, which is also very simple to understand. So that is not a problem to understand anyone. Okay, so I'm going through the simple steps or simple part first, and then I can show you where is the problem occurs and where we started going deep into that basically. So it helps. There are the really good key property, as I mentioned. It helps for the initial location, then redirect, navigator key. So the initial location is the like a where you want to be like a land your app in at the first position. uh, Normally it goes with a default if you don't put any kind of like a name or name parameter or the path parameter here. But it is very useful, like if I'm having the onboarding screens, so I can give the onboarding screen as my initial location for this. So this is very useful feature. Then the navigator key, so it is a primary purpose for to providing the external references for the navigation. So that is also really good. Everything is looking really good for as a popular package for the community. Then it helps you to redirect basically. Yes, that is also again the useful thing you can use for the authentication. If the user is authenticated, then go to the dashboard, otherwise you can show the other pages. So that functionality is really amazing and easy to understand as well. Then again, we are not building the simple application, just we sometimes you need kind of the pass the query parameter, like if you have a filter or anything on your application, so you need to add that kind of query parameter. So that thing is also again simple for the Go router to manage it. Then the path parameter, because you want to develop the application as a dynamic application. So again, you can pass the path parameter through the your navigation, and it will take you to the particular that position. So up till now, everything is going very, very nice. And the another feature is handling 404 errors. Like if we are doing any navigation in your application and there is something wrong, like if you are written the the path wrong or something, it's landed on the empty page and is showing the error. So that is also not good to show to the user basically. So if you want to like have a custom made your error page, you can easily build with this error builder with the Go router. So it also helps, like I'm giving the good list of the good material of the Go router since last 5 minutes, right? And I think that's why it is very much popular in the community. It helps also the sub routes as well. So you can see here here is the parent path here, like a campaign, and you can pass the path parameter, and you can pass the ID here as well, and you can go to the particular page. So that things all also working fine. So when I'm developing the Flutter web application, I am thinking of the different use cases. Sometimes I want a navigation rail in my application. Sometimes I want a drawer. Sometimes I need a tabs, bottom navigation. There are different use cases, and different use cases need a like a different approaches as well. And that time I started going deep into the Go router package. And as I mentioned, I'm a curious George, always go into the things what is getting wrong or what not it's getting good. So I have I have experiment with the Go router, and I think maybe you have seen or not seen this is very long time, but I have done the boring show with the Greg about this, and we were at like doing the live how you can integrate the Go router for the nested navigation. And funny thing is that, like, because I was facing a problem for my web application, I used to develop the application for one of my client, which is developing the Netflix kind of application in Flutter web, and they have so many nested navigations in that, and it is very much difficult for me to integrate the Go router for some conditions, and that's why I messaged Craig and I said that why you are saying it's a very popular package, it's getting very much problem for me. And he asked me come to the boring show and we can discuss this in front of the people. And definitely we tried it, and my I think Craig's code was not working on that whole show as well. And then the things are changing really really fast. Like the purpose of the show was not to mention that oh Go router is working not or not working good or not, but it's like a community is struggling for such a important point that the navigation should be simplified and should be useful for all the use cases. So and then before, like always Google do the recording like before, and they publish this recording around 1 or 2 months after that. When they publish this video, they have already changed the Go router. They have already added all the new features to the Go router, so that there is no make a sense for this video. But it was like a funny thing that we have experimented this, and Google knows that there is a problem and they work on that, and we got a good solution from that as well. So they introduced the shell routes. So I have one question here: how many like a Flutter web developer here who are experimenting with the Go router? Nice. See, there are many hands are up. So they introduce the shell routes here. What the shell route do basically? It create like a consistent frame, and inside that you can able to change, or you can give the child to the different widget which you want to display. So the persistent the framework, it will be all the time there, and it changes the pages. So I was experimenting that as well, like before, because I have done so much done already that, and then I said oh let's go and deep again experiment with the shell routes as well. So shell routes as a wrap and multiple routes with the common UI. It helps us for the bottom navigation, sidebar, and other stuff. And you can see here I'm using the bottom navigation bar here, and it whatever the child of your body, it will render according to the index of the current index of the state. It will render that page to the Go router. So this solution looks really good. Okay, and then the another thing, I experiment with this, and then I tried the having the demo. And when I see the demo, it is not you can see I have changing the count here, and when I go to the other page, my previous count was gone. It is go reset to the my original position, and that is happening. I know we can use the state management to manage our states and everything, but why not you can go with the simple navigation option, and then they introduce the uh, see the problem that because it is a stateless widget and it is not preserving the state of the child routes, and then they introduce the stateful shell route, and that is a game changer basically. So it what it gives basically, stateful shell route is a built shell with the multiple branches, and in that branches it will have its own navigation. Each branch can manage its own navigation, so it doesn't affect to the main navigation bar. And still when you shift from one navigation branch to other, it will preserve the state, and that is what the we needed basically. So you can see here the hierarchy, route hierarchy, the stateful shell route, which is having the shell branch, and you can use the go router inside that, and it will have like a separate branch and separate navigation itself, and you can easily go from one branch to another branch. So this is a sample code for the nested navigation basically, with the stateful shell route. So let's go and see what's the things in here. So it uses the stateful shell route index tag. So what is index tags used to do that? It uses the index tag widget, which helps to see which tab should go live on the screen, and whatever are the remaining which keep it is in that alive in the memory of the widget tree, so that when you go from one tab to another tab, it preserve the state of that particular branch, and when you come back to the same branch again, it will again reset whatever you were there. It helps you to you are in the scrolling bar, or you are doing any kind of form fill up or something, it preserve the state of that particular navigation. Then it will have the a function of the builder, where you can go it has a function where basically stateful navigation shell dot the go branch, it goes to the jump from the one branch to the another branch, and the navigation shell represent the active branch. So this is a really good solution, and I think it was completely going smooth, right? There is no purpose to create a talk on that. uh, Everything going smooth and doing very well. I have experimented so many example with that as well, and I have created the use the case for the navigation bar, um, how to use this in the when you use the navigation bar widget, then how you can use this in that. Then I have used for the navigation rail as well, because sometimes you used these things in your application. So I have tried with the third party packages as well, like Sidebar X. It's a good package to create a good kind of sidebar in Flutter web navigation. And I have created this GitHub QR code as well. If anybody wants to know how to do this, you can scan the QR code as well for this. The things are changing again, and this is a demo for my drawers. So I have done the demo with the stateful nested navigation, and it working really amazing. It's preserve the state. It preserve the state for the slider as well, and it is useful for the nested navigation as well. So I think I'm talking very fast, and my my video is going a little bit slow. So it's preserve the content I have added for my contact form. So let's go through this demo, and then so you can see it's preserved, and I have added all the video. I can show you all these things actually. live as well. But being a speaker from last 4 5 years, I know there is always technical glitch to do the live coding on the talk. So I'm having the better option to add the videos basically. So this is the thing happening and everything looks good. But for this you can go and this is the article which is really helpful to do the learn about the nested navigation routes. Andre has created a real good article on that. But after when I say Andre, he has mentioned in his this year's newsletter that Go Router enters in maintenance mode. They have already put this in on the Go Router package as well. And the things are again, I feel like okay, what happened to this Go Router? It is a popular package, and why Flutter team is not doing or any updates or anything, and why it is going in the maintenance mode? There are so many questions coming in the community that should we go for with Go Router or should we change to another package and blah blah blah, like everything's because people are using this package because it's popular, they are using in production apps and everything, and then suddenly such thing happens. The things are going the community with that, okay, what should we do now? And this is my stand, like what I'm talking here. Maybe you can think in different way as well, but being uh, using the Go Router from last 2 3 years, and I also involved with the Go Router how it they evolved, so I'm little bit have a good connection with the Go Router here. And then I was again finding the things, what is a new feature they introduced in the Go Router and what happened here. So the Go Router new features are really good. So anybody have tried the new features of Go Routers? Not yet? Okay. Then my talk is really useful for them. So for the stateful shell route improvement, they have added the preload property for the stateful shell branch, which helps like what happened when you go to the branches from one branch to another branch. Sometimes it is not giving the smooth transition or smooth things. So they have given this preload as a parameter where you can say true or false. And if you say true, then you can get before displaying that branch, when it branch created, it's loaded into your stack, basically that particular branch. So it is getting a really smooth transition of the navigating from the pages. So I think this is a really good addition to this basically. Then the fragment support. So I'm being a web developer, I always have like a web pages are very long. Sometimes you write the articles or sometimes you had so many things, and you want to navigate in a same page from top to bottom, and you added some kind of fragment there, and it take you that particular position of the page. And I always looking forward how we can do it in the Flutter web, and they have given the support for that. So that is a really good addition for this. I have shared the this QR code where you can read more about this, how you can integrate in your application as well. Then the next thing is the URL case sensitivity. So now Go Router is supporting for the case sensitivity. Basically, sometimes it's happened with me many times, like I'm giving home page H capitals and sometimes giving the H small, and it's showing the error. So you can use, it's optional, it's not a compulsory thing. It's if you specially mention that I need to keep this case sensitivity off, then you can say false. Otherwise default it is a true basically. So you can use that feature in your Go Router application. The next thing, it is a type safe routes with the Go Router Builder. Have you used, anyone has used Go Router Builder here? That's great. So like a code generation, creating a code generation, I think it's the new feature for most of the things, right? You can use for the state management as well. Many places you are using the automatic code generation. So type safe routes, because there are, when you give the name parameter or anything where you have like a name should be like a string, or if it's a id it's int, and all this type, there is sometimes it's getting errors, and we don't know that error once we have actual see the application. Before that, if we can find this error beforehand, so that's, I think this is a really good option, like a feature they have support the type safe routes basically here. And it helps for the maintainability of the your like a whole routes basically. And it help for the debugging as well, and you can create a clean url for your Flutter web applications, and it's synchronized with your app state as well. So this is a really good, but I never tried it before, the go router builder. And then again I was experimenting that as well. And I just tried like a simple way, like anyone who are the beginner as well, who can try these things basically. So it's a simple steps. You can use the add the dependency for the Go router builder. Then you can add the part directive page, just like how you do for the any statement management when you do the automated code generation. And then you can define the route with the annotation, and then they generate the code. So but still I'm not experimenting that much in this. I have done with the simple use cases. So now my maybe I can create another talk which is only depending on the how go router builder works, baby, because it's a whole vast topic. We need to find different use cases how it works there. I have read some comments in the community as well. There are some issues too while generating code as well. So let's maybe I can give the another talk, maybe you can join that after sometimes. But this is the kind of features of go router. So here are the simple demo I have created. I have shared the GitHub link for that as well. So the another thing is that, what do you think about the go router? Are you going to continue to use it, or are you going to change with the another package? Is anybody here who wants to give their opinion here?
Okay. So I think Go Router Builder, they are just creating the complexity. They are not solving the complexity, because in the end, declarative navigation is kind of a state management. You can port your state management logic, and router in the end is a widget. And you can port your state management logic with router widget and create a solution, React based on user action, build a stack. And then if you need to go further, you can understand how Navigator 2 API, the actual raw API works, and build your own solution. I know it is still complex, but none of the developers will do Flutter Web just because they are going only for Flutter Web. If you have a mobile app solution and you're adding Flutter Web solution, you're already adding complexity, and it's not for everyone to increase the complexity. So like you can still simplify it building your solution based on the foundation of Flutter.
Yeah. This is true. Like I know that I have started my Flutter web navigation with his article actually. His article supports me once I started learning about how the nested navigation works in Flutter web. So yeah, thank you. So thank for your opinion about this. Is anybody else who wants to think?
Yes, we migrated to GoRouter like 1 year ago, and we didn't had in mind that GoRouter is really going the way with static navigation and not having like a real history. And you still can use push, but there are like a lot of bugs related to that GoRouter isn't planning to fix. So if you yeah, we want to go back from GoRouter now because like we really need to maintain to preserve a history. And yeah, so I think if you're switching to GoRouter, you should really think ahead if you have like static navigation or if you have like a history-based navigation. Yeah, that's like the learning we took from that.
That's great. That's great. I think this is the like a platform where we discuss about this, and we can go back to the Google and tell them that okay, we are struggling again. And maybe they will change their decision in future. And that is my purpose of this talk today, that we can go over all this, the involvement of the Go Router and how it evolved and what are the community thinks about this. And that's it. Yeah. And another thing, we, as I'm a Google developer organizer for London, so we are doing the Dev Fest in London. If you guys interested, come to London. Definitely come for our event. And if you want to connect me, this is uh, my LinkedIn, and you can email me as well. So, yeah, pretty much.